how do we talk about it and connect it to hadith, to Quran? People say Quran Sunnah, but when we talk about Quran Sunnah, it's just like talking about just academics. How about issues that we're faced with in real life? You know what I mean? How about these problems that we see in our society? Why are our youth not developing themselves? Why are they, just static? Why are they just on games? Why are they not, why are men and women not taking care of themselves? How about religious men and women who say that we're practicing? Why are brothers growing big bellies? Even teachers who are preaching, and then my students will come and say, I can't listen to this scholar because he just doesn't seem like he's practicing what he's preaching. I cannot disrespect the scholars, or I'm not going to name any, a'udhu billah. But it is an observation that is valid by these youth. You know, it is a valid the Prophet didn't, even though when he became older, yes, there's a different story, right? But the Prophet was such an active person. The Sahaba, you don't have to have an 8-pack. That's not what I'm proposing, that you're the Muslim with the 8-pack, beach body. That's not how the Sahabas were. And the Prophet is said that, yes, his chest was over his belly. Okay, in Shamal al-Tirmidhi, when you look at the description of the Prophet, his chest was above his belly. So he didn't have this bulging thing. But we find today over and over again that some of the people are talking about Islam don't look like they're practicing what they're preaching. Allah knows best. I'm not judging anyone. I'm telling you what the students are saying, what the youth are saying. Does that mean it's true or not? There needs to be examined. Not everyone, But when you look at it, when they come, when you see, like someone was telling me the other day, bro, why do you I have a group of men that we're coaching, and I do these videos. And he said, you're always out of breath when you do these videos. You should sit down behind a desk and do it. I was like, that's exactly what I don't want to do. I don't want to sit behind a desk like I'm doing right now necessarily. I'm just sending 2-minute videos on this group dealing with, it's like, alhamdulillah, we have 500 brothers on WhatsApp and Telegram, and we're dealing with how to help them stop pornography and how to help them develop themselves, right? So I'm usually sending the videos when I'm outside exercising in the morning, right after Fajr running. So I'm like, okay, brothers, we have to do this. And they're like, bro, just sit down and take a breath. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I want it to be different. I want to, if I tell you, let's go for a jog, or you go for a jog or do push-ups, I want to do it myself. You know what I mean? I live my life like that. I've always been active. So we have to, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. Or you believe, why you say what you don't do. You know what I mean? It's a big thing. So yes, indeed, going through life, moving around the world, dealing with the different communities, seeing the gaps in the da'wah made me say, you know what? I will fill up this thing. I'm not the only one. Maybe I'm not perfect. I have a lot of mistakes, no doubt. But I think I'm not in doubt about what I do. I'm very clear about what I do, and I believe it's very important.
Yeah, Jazakallah khairan. That's exactly why I wanted to get you on, because I feel similar way myself when I see what's going on. And one just slight thing that I mentioned before moving on is, one thing that I like about your videos is, even though you touch on these topics, it's maybe the psychology background or the counseling background, you do it with a degree of empathy, meaning you give disclaimers. I know some people get annoyed at the disclaimers because they're like, why do you? But I know you mentioned that in one of your videos, but it's good because it shows you're considerate as well. And it kind of, what's the word? It gets rid of people just picking out the easy thing to say. Just they don't want to listen to it, so they just say this to kind of excuse themselves. That's one thing. But I think the other thing is, you know, I feel like da'wah coming from someone like yourself is more effective to the youth because they see someone. Once I heard the Imam say, carry your faith with swagger. And he didn't mean any kind of negative notion that you might have with that word. He meant like a bit of style, a bit of. So when the youth see you, they see someone who's like themselves in a way that they can respect, that they think looks the part, and they don't put you in a box. Whereas if you just come out of the madrasa system and you've got a long thobe, there's nothing wrong with that, like you say.
Wrong.
But You just have a different image. They'll automatically put you in a different box. They'll be like, he's like that, so he's not like me. That's what I think it helps relate.
It's a very good point. I mean,